I'm Todd Stewart from Atlanta, Georgia, where it's your time, it's your investment, and it's your life.
That's right, Todd, and that's with GoTarryn Personal Training here on GoTarryn TV with Tarryn the Traveling Trainer, of course, as well. And Todd, I think when we return, all the folks watching out there, we're going to be treated by Ms. Carrigan Carrigan. So stay tuned, everybody. All right, folks, we are back, and thank you very much for joining us. And as you can see side by side, we have my new co-host, Todd Stewart, here. And we're bringing in a young lady here, the medical intuitive healer and also Amazon #1 bestseller. We saw her on our other show, Direct Talk, with Diane Chapman. But today, she is here for the very first time meeting us on GoTarryn TV with Todd Stewart. So, again, please welcome the young and beautiful Ms. Carrigan Carrigan. Catherine, how are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you, Tarryn, and thank you, Todd, and thank you, everybody out there, for watching.
Our pleasure to have you on. And I said that this is the first time that you're on here, but let me restate that here more accurately. This is the first time you and Todd are on Skype together, but you have met each other before at the Family Life Center, and actually that was probably the first time I met you in person, Catherine, because we gave you a tour of the gym. And before we even recording, what I thought was cool, Todd, you had mentioned something about you would watch some of the videos from earlier today with Catherine on the chakra videos. Is that correct?
Correct. Right.
Yeah, so you know what? There's not a better time to jump right into that. Can you tell us a little bit about that, Catherine, please?
Yeah, well, as you know, Tarryn, you and Todd do such a fabulous job of taking care of yourselves physically.
Oh, thank you.
And we can exercise, we can eat well, we can drink our water, we can get enough rest, and those are wonderful things to do. But we can also take care of ourselves energetically. So on my YouTube channel, I made a video about how to take care of your chakras. And why is that important? Well, there's a flow of energy in the body, and I'm going to try and outline it. But basically, when you're standing, you are of course, vertical. Mm-hmm. And there's something called your Hara line, H-A-R-A. And the Hara line is this vertical electrical current of energy, and it feeds your chakras. Now, the chakras are vortexes of energy. They correspond to your endocrine gland. So anybody who's got any endocrine problem, a lot of women, for example, have thyroid problems. Well, they need to work on their throat chakra. So any endocrine problem, you need to work on your chakras. Interesting is when you understand this flow of energy, the chakras actually feed energy into your acupuncture meridians. Many people have heard of acupuncture. They've heard of acupuncture meridians. You may go to an acupuncturist. I myself do acupressure, which uses touch, not needles. And then the meridians feed energy into your organs, and then your organs feed energy into your muscles. Now, so for example, you may know you may have a problem with your a muscle. So for example, you may have pain in your lower back. The big muscles in your lower back are your quadratus lumborum muscles. Well, those muscles are on the acupuncture meridian for your large intestines. And that the meridian, the chakra that feeds energy into that area is actually your second chakra. So big picture, when you have pain or disease in anywhere in the body, more than likely the problem did not actually originate where you feel the pain, and it's going to come higher up the chain. So when you understand the way energy flows in the body, what you want to do is you want to address these energetic imbalances at their source. And I myself have taught yoga for 21 years. I've taught Qigong, who knows how long, almost as long. And you can do energy exercise like yoga, tai chi, Qigong, and actually feed energy to balance your meridians, which is going to have a very profound effect on your entire health. So big picture, when you have a problem in a muscle, it's more than likely related to a problem in an acupuncture meridian, which is more than likely related to a problem, an imbalance in the chakra, or a blowout even in the Hara line. So I'm a medical intuitive healer, And part of what I do for people is help people understand why they are unwell. And secondly, I figure out what will actually work to make them better. So a lot of times we're working really hard on a physical body. And as you all know and experience, there's a lot of benefit and a huge payoff when we take really good care of our physical self. But there are these other aspects of ourselves that are less tangible, but can have equally profound benefits when we take care of them.
Very good.
And yeah, and if you want to know more, one of my Amazon #1 bestsellers is called What is Healing? Awaken Your Intuitive Power for Health and Happiness. And in the back of What is Healing, I have an entire appendix about the chakras and what you can do to balance these energy centers to have very profound beneficial effects on your whole health. So that's a really good place to refer to the information, or you can watch the video. And my new book, I'm writing my 8th book actually right now. It's in the editing stages, and it's all about how to get out of pain naturally without drugs. And I talk about this also, and how there's some really simple energy things that you can do that will have a very dramatic effect for lowering your overall pain level.
That's incredible. Wow, 8th book there. And as we mentioned earlier, we said Catherine is Amazon #1 bestseller, and I can't wait till that one comes out as well, because Todd, have you been able to take a look at some of the books on the website, Catherine's website there, just on some of the books she's written?
I saw one earlier, and I shared it on my Facebook page.
Cool, nice.
But earlier today, I saw a picture of a female friend, a yoga instructor. She was upside down on 2 chairs, and for upper trapezius muscles. And I need that because I have been tight up there for months. And I thought seeing a chiropractor or a massage therapist, but it's just stress related. But I just been tight up here.
Oh yeah, well, so a lot of it. These are our tri-heart muscles. Right. And when we have a little bit of kyphosis, when we slump and hunch forward, these upper trapezius muscles sort of grab and become overly developed. So yeah, what you saw was a photograph of one of my yoga students. That was actually her very first headstand. And there's a fabulous version of the headstand where you get 2 chairs together like this. And if you can imagine, like here I am, you're obviously upside down. You put your head down, and then you're basically resting on your upper trapezius muscles. And then you kick up, you're upside down, and it does release the tension in the upper traps. And there's no pressure, your head is not on the ground, so there's no pressure on the ground on your head. So the cervical vertebrae are actually elongating and tractioning, which is very healthy for them, and not compressing. And then you're releasing the tension in your traps. It feels amazing.
Is she leaning against the wall?
The chairs are always against the wall, so you have some stability. And then when you kick up, your legs go against the wall.
All right, great. I commented that question on that picture today. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't had a chance to respond, but yeah, that's actually a great beginner headstand variation, and it's a great variation no matter what, because it does release these muscles. And even now, I'm hunching forward to reach towards the computer like we all do, as opposed to lifting and spreading our chest and elongating our lungs and having beautiful deep breaths like we should be doing.
So it's from leaning forward.
Yeah, there you go.
Slumping over. All right.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Kath.
So I'm on a campaign to stamp out slumping in my lifetime.
I love it.
I know.
Well, Catherine, you certainly helped me out big time, because I'll tell you, for the folks who are watching, the first time you and I talked on the GoTarryn one-on-one video blog, right after that, I came out to your studio down the street there, and gosh, we're literally almost next door neighbors. Todd, she's right down there on Peachtree Road, really close, off North Side, I should say, off Peachtree Road. And yeah, like within less than an hour, I'd say I was feeling so much better. Catherine was able to diagnose myself that I had a little bit of kyphosis and a little bit of curvature on my spine, and she had put these little dot stickers on my back and showed me, like, took some pictures. I could see the curve kind of. And so that was really neat. She showed me some really good stretches. She printed out some good exercises to do on my own and got me on the table and was able to, kind of adjust me. I was feeling so much better after that. So, Todd, if you ever get a chance, I recommend, for anything else, if anything, check out her studio. It's amazing. It's really cool. We'll have to go down there together. I'll show you so she can give us the grand tour together. It's just a really beautiful studio. I love it.
I think I liked it and shared it on Facebook today, so.
Thank you.
Sure, I did.
You'll be happy to know my new book that's coming out. This is my first book that I have yoga poses in the book. And in the back,
nice.
I've got 41 of my favorite exercises that I use when I'm working with people in pain. So they're my 41 favorite therapeutic yoga exercises. And I've got photographs, I've got directions. Again, the book is still in the editing stage, so it's the most complex book that I've written so far, but hopefully will really be helpful. And it goes over how to get out of pain on the physical level, energetic, emotional, mental, and spiritual, and shows that real comprehensive approach that I take. The reason that this book is so important is that, unfortunately, in the United States, drug overdose is now the leading cause of death for Americans 50 years or younger.
Wow.
And yeah. And what's driving this is, of course, the opioid epidemic. So what happens is that people get into pain, they get prescribed these legal medications, and then they're on this slippery slope and they don't know how to get out of it. And so what I am on a mission to do is to teach people how your body operates. And when, sooner or later, we all hurt ourselves. The other day I was in a rush, I'm always in a rush. And I ran into something and whacked my knee.
Oh, ouch.
I did an energy exercise that I describe in the book. It's called Magic Eights. And I mean, I really hurt my knee really badly. And, somebody was waiting for me. They're like, Catherine. I'm like, wait a minute. And I was doing my energy exercise. And I could, as I did my energy exercise right there in the moment after hurting myself, I could actually feel the pain decrease. And then it was totally gone. So, what I want to do is teach people how your body operates so that not if, we all, sooner or later, you're going to hurt something. When you are in pain, what are some simple things that you can do to help yourself so that you don't end up relying? And I know that we all know people who are on these medications and they're still suffering tremendously. So the more that you can understand how your body works, when things happen, then you just know what to do. I love it when my yoga students or my clients say to me, oh, I hurt my knee, but I did this exercise that you taught me and it's gone. Right? Or my neighbor was having arthritis and I told him what not to eat and what to eat, and then he feels so much better.
Right.
So, we really want to share this information and help people get off opioids, so they literally stop killing themselves. It's sad to see it's actually at that point.
Mm-hmm. Well, another book I wanted to ask, and we're going to come back to that one, Catherine, because I've got some more questions of that, but the Unlimited Energy Now book, which is the one that we talked mostly about when I first met you. So ironically, Catherine, get this, and Todd, you'll appreciate this being a member of the Family Life Center, but one of my clients that I've been training is actually a client of yours as well, Melissa Libby. So if she's watching, we got to give her a shout out. And she told me she absolutely loves you. She said, oh, Catherine's great. She's helped me so much. And she actually said, I need to see her again because my energy level. And I told her, I was like, yeah, what we were talking about. And so you'll probably be hearing from her again because we see each other. I train her at the gym there about 3 times a week, probably a little bit before you get there, Todd, because we see each other around 5:30 in the morning. She's one of my early morning people. And So yeah, but other than that, yeah, she said you're another testimonial for you, Catherine. She loves you a lot and said that you've really given her a lot of good support and help. So there you go.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's so rewarding, as you know, to have a profession where you get to help people all day long. I mean, it's just so great to wake up and think, oh, I'm going to help everybody be healthier and happier today. It's such a blessing.
It really is. Yeah, you're right. And okay, so I had let's go back to the book that you're currently about to publish here. Do you have a date set right now, roughly, of when we can expect it to come out?
I am not sure because my editor is a very busy guy and he's edited part of it.
Okay.
And then, so there's all these steps with editing. And once it's edited, then it has to go into layout. But definitely this year. And if you ask me when I would like it to come out, hopefully in September. Cool. But I will definitely let you know. But what's interesting about this is that I have several websites. One of my websites is CatherynCarrigan.com, CatherynCarrigan.com. And if you know anything about websites, you can actually check to see what are the articles that people are reading most often. And I do all my work prayerfully. And in 2013, I wrote a very little article called The Difference Between Pain and Suffering. And I probably wrote the whole article in half an hour. I didn't think anything of it. And somebody reads that article literally every day of my life. And that really showed me that people are really wanting to understand what's the difference between pain and suffering. And I thought, okay, that's what I need to write a book about. So again, this latest book helps people to understand pain, of course, is the physical experience. And suffering is the mental, emotional, spiritual experience. So the book begins with a great quote by Roger Miller. He says that some people feel the rain, other people just get wet. So again, we have to really acknowledge that pain and suffering is part of the human experience. But how can we do that less? How can we experience less suffering and less physical pain so that our life on earth can be joyful? So the more joyful we are, the more full of energy we are, and the more joyful and full of energy we are, the more that we can fulfill our life purpose and be a light and inspiration to everyone around us. So that's really what I'm here to do.
I love that. That is excellent. That is really good. And Todd, getting back to us visiting Catherine's studio, another benefit and perk you'll get to see her little baby, and her doggy is just so cute. We're all in good company because we're all animal folks on this blog, as most of all of our.
Yeah, here she is.
Oh, look at that.
There she is.
Yeah, and I try to put her tennis balls away before I ever have an interview, but she has so many tennis balls, it's hard to put them all away. So this is Dixie. She's a very, very sweet girl.
Aww.
And she's a really, really, really lovely little baby. She's 2 years old now, and I thank God every day that she's my puppy. So I won the puppy lottery. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, that's tremendous. And Catherine, you do so many things. As we mentioned, people come out to your studio, you can help them, but you also do, like you said, yoga and guijong, and do you also take on personal clients as like a one-on-one session? Say, is that something you offer?
Yes. Most of my work is actually done one-on-one.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Because I'm a medical intuitive, I can work with people literally all over the world.
Oh, wow.
By phone, Skype, and Zoom video conference.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of clients here in Atlanta. I love working with clients here in Atlanta. I have a lot of long-term clients. And also, if you're watching, I offer a free 15-minute consult. And it's funny because people see that on my website, and then they'll send me this 2-page email with everything that and then they want me to solve their problems for free in 15 minutes. So I'm like, okay, this is going to take a little longer than 15 minutes. But anyway, I do consult with people, and I really love what I do. again, it's such a blessing. And again, what's unique about me is that I work on all 5 levels: the physical, the energetic, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual. And again, what happens, I feel one of the challenges in our current healthcare system is that we have these parts of our bodies sort of divided. So you go to the medical doctor to work on the physical body, or you go to a psychologist to work on the mental body, and you go to church to work on the spiritual body. You go to an acupuncturist to work on the energy system. You know, you can read books and work on your mental body, but it's when someone has dis-ease or illness or pain or suffering anywhere, it's always happening on all 5 levels. And you can vastly speed up your healing process when you work on all 5 levels, which is what I do. And so very fun. I've done what I've done for, let's see, I'm 58. I've done this full time for 24 years.
That's amazing, Catherine. Yeah, because I remember you told us your age the last time I spoke to you. I didn't believe you because if you wouldn't have told me and you said you were doing this for 24 years, I would have asked you, so you must have got started when you were 10 years old because very, very young looking. You know, again, just that's the fountain of youth. It's a testimony to show that when you're fit and healthy and eat right and live the correct way, what an impact that can keep your longevity and youthfulness, too. It's incredible.
Oh, you're so well, I'm also wearing makeup. Believe me, that helps. It's great being a woman because we can wear makeup. I love being a girl.
Well, yeah, I remember when you came out and I got to meet you in person at Georgia State as well because the one thing that both you and Todd have in common, you've each come out and spoken, guest lectured at my class at Georgia State. And I remember you had told, given a great demonstration there to some of the other young folks there, these kids, in their early 20s, and showing them the importance of living a proper, healthy, correct life right now, so that way they're not in pain anymore. We talked about posture. We talked about keeping your head alignment, and you showed them some things to do. So, I thought that was tremendous, and same goes for you, Todd. So I'll probably be asking both of you, I'm very sure here. The fall semester for me is coming up, actually starting next month, believe it or not. So let's definitely touch base. I want to have each of you, Todd and Catherine, come out and do a separate guest. Actually, you know what? We could probably make that a joint lecture, too, because we could probably tie in some... Yeah.
Let's do it, Catherine.
Yeah.
It'd be fun. I'm happy to. And I want to touch on what you said because, different things motivate different people. And when somebody's in tremendous pain, to me, what's good about that is I have their attention. So, for example, this week I saw someone who had just tremendous pain in her kidneys, of all things.
Oh, wow.
And, I mean, when you're in excruciating pain, when your pain is up at 8, 9, 10, I mean, you are really paying attention to your health.
Yeah.
Okay, but then another thing that really does motivate us to go to the gym and drink our water and all that stuff is beauty. And in our culture, we get a lot of messages that, you have to inject things or cut things off or add things in. And I have a lot of compassion for that because it's a real fear-based approach. And a lot of us either don't have the money to have all these surgical enhancements, or it's kind of scary. I have a very good friend who lives in another state. I have to share this, who's a beautiful lady, and she had breast enhancements. However, even though, and she's a fellow health practitioner, even though she was eating an excruciatingly clean diet, she actually had really bad reactions to her breast implants and had to have them removed.
Oh.
And she and I spoke. I'm one of the very few people who even knew that she had surgical enhancements for her breasts. And we talked about how a lot of people are not aware that that can have a major adverse effect on your health. So part of what I'm here to do, because I'm human, I eat chocolate, I like wine, I like margaritas, I can be lazy, but it's like, what can you do just living a reasonable, healthy lifestyle without being, an extreme vegan or anorexic, or what can you do just by being healthy? And that's part of what I want to show. It's not hard when you do it in a real balanced way, and you're working on all levels again.
Yeah, very well said. And Todd, you could also, I'm sure, validate that, because Todd has a blog called Where Easy Living Begins Now, and we've talked about that. When we chatted, Todd, you first told me when we met, and I interviewed you about you were in pain, I think, till you were about 13 years old, you said. Is that correct? Do I have that right about roughly, the age-wise?
Right. I have neurofibromatosis and had pseudoarthrosis in my left leg and my tibia. And I wore a cast and a brace up till age 13. It was constant pain, and they amputated in 42 years ago. And the pain went away.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's amazing. That's incredible. So
I have a high pain resistance now because of it.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. You're right. Whereas I'm the opposite. Everyone will tell you I have very low tolerance of pain. I've got my stories from wrestling, and Catherine, I think I might mention that's why my back was always messed up from falling on my back. But that's another story. It's another time. But Catherine, this 30 minutes has just flown by fast. I can't believe how quickly this went by. Before we let you go, if it's okay, can you please plug some stuff for us? Tell all the folks out there how they could best find out information about your books through Amazon, for example. Tell them, please, also how they can learn more information about you by plugging the websites in your contact and social media information, please.
Right. Well, you can see right behind me, these are 4 of my 5 Amazon #1 bestsellers. Yep. You can see I'm kind of proud of them. I have them framed in my office. But you can go to CatherineCarrigan.com. You can also go to UnlimitedEnergyNow.com. If you go to UnlimitedEnergyNow.com, I've got lots of free information, a lot of videos, a lot of free recipes, a lot of free downloads there. There's a ton of information there about how to be healthy naturally. And I also have another business called WhatIsSocialMediaToday.com, where you can learn about social media. Because I was so successful with my books, a friend of mine asked me, he said, hey, we need to teach people how to do this. And so we're there. And again, my name is Catherine with a C, last name Carrigan, CarriGan.com, Catherine Carrigan. And you can look me up on Amazon. The 4 books behind me about natural healing: Unlimited Energy Now, Banish the Blues Now, which is a book about how to heal depression without drugs. What is Healing, which is my second book, and my first Amazon #1 bestseller. And then my favorite book is actually Unlimited Intuition Now, and that's all about how to get your soul guidance. And then coming out soon is going to be the difference between pain and suffering. So I'm excited about that.
I can't wait for that. That's going to be great. We're going to run out, and definitely, Todd, check that out. I love it. Yeah, and as we get closer again, Catherine, if you don't mind, we'd love to have you back on and talk more about as we get, again, to the publishing date. And once the book's out there, and get the message out there. And Todd and I will do everything we can to, as Todd always does. He's so good about sharing Facebook, and he's so much better on that than I am. But yeah, we'll get the word out and get the message up, definitely heavily advertised and promoted there. That'll be terrific. So, Catherine, you're just doing so much wonderful stuff here in the greater Atlanta area. And again, it's so great to know you, and it's truly an honor and pleasure. And again, you're just such an amazing, beautiful woman, and just keep doing everything you're doing here in Atlanta. Just it's wonderful. I think it's great.
All right. Well, thank you, Tarryn. Thank you, Todd, and thank you, everybody out there watching. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. And Catherine, when you get a chance to come on by Family Life Center, let's get in a workout, the 3 of us together. We'll hit the gym, hit some weights here. I'll see if I can keep up with Todd. I don't know. He lifts some pretty heavy weights there. So
I'll have to keep up with the 2 of you.
Yeah, I don't know. Then again, maybe Todd, she might be outdoing both of us.
We'll see.
I got it.
We will see. All right, folks. Well, there you have it. As we fade to black, we're going to have Catherine Carrigan's information on the screen right now momentarily. So we will see everyone later. For Catherine, for Todd, this is Tarryn. We will see you all later on.